thinking that story is powerful. Of course, I have written a book series, 5 books in it, about story, because I believe it is true. And every now and then we organize an audio event on LinkedIn talking about story, because we believe it is true. Now, let me try to explain what I mean. You see, when an ego is hatched from the egg and a chicken is hatched in the egg, if you mix both of them together and tell them the same story, they will do the same thing. Which means the ego will grow up to be an ego, but an ego is like a hen, like a fowl. It will never fly. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you know your root, if you know your story, if you know where you are coming from, you will have a better frame of reference. You see, there is a story I am actually working on just now. I'm working on a story of Africans from my town. I'm coming from Esa, which is the south of Nigeria. I am looking at a king from my town. His name is Agbanoje. He was a king in the 1400. In the 1400, America doesn't exist yet. But in this period, there was a lot of war that was fought. Of course, moving on, 100 of years following that, of the people who will become African Americans. Because many people were taken away from that part of the land. Now the question is, knowing where you are coming from, does it make any sense to you? Of course, it makes a lot of sense. You know, what the European did, I do say this oftentimes when we are looking at the question of history. Because history, sometimes we have allowed other people to tell our history to us, and we have allowed ourselves to be shortchanged in that. I mean, these people, the European intermediary, they do the mediator between Africans at home and the African in the diaspora, have told a lot of lies, including that to the African in the diaspora, they have told them that their history started from slavery, which means anything other than that is not your history. You don't know anything, you have nothing, you have no root. And to the Africans in Africa, they have told them that their history started from colonialism. You don't know anything other than that, you were just roaming around in the forest. But now, I am talking of a history hundreds of years before the birth of the United States. You see, among the Asian people, if you want to go into marriage, you are a woman, one of the prerequisites is that you must learn how to do cutting work, that you know how to weave the Asian dress, called the ukmesa. Why all these are important for us is so that we don't, as the ego that we're supposed to fly, we don't become like the chicken, thinking that we are chicken, that our ancestors have never fly. Have you taken the time to examine the armies, for example, Mesoamerican? Look at those images and ask yourself, where did they come from? I understand that the Europeans tried to cut out Egypt from Africa, that this is not Africa. But they have not been able to cut out the geography and take it somewhere in Germany or France or in the UK so that it can become their history. Because we are trying to look at the reality from the lens of another person, and it's going to hurt us.
That's correct.
Again, how can we reclaim this narrative so that we can use it to our own advantage? We should never allow somebody to tell our story for us. That is why we are intentional about the story of our people.